Final video on the Mortal Kombat 11 Street Date Break. I know I talked about the Sonya thing and the Jax thing in separate videos that are up today. I'm going to be releasing them every few hours. So watch for the video about the Kano ending in Sonya at 1. Yeah, okay, so I'll do them every 2 hours. Somebody suggested I should try to make more 10-minute videos instead of one long one to game the YouTube algorithm, so I'm giving it a try. Bear with me while I do this. I'm sorry if it's annoying. Help support this channel. Become a monthly patron, patreon.com/LeannaK. I would still prefer to keep most of my monetization off YouTube. Thanks. But I've been told that this will fix a few things based on the way YouTube's working this week. So we'll see. But I also wanted to make a video that people could watch without spoilers. So this is it. I just want to talk about the dharma of, after all the teasing, after all the hype, the street date gets broken. And again, I want to be clear, this footage is not leaked. People are calling it leaks. It's not a leak. People were sent the copy of the game they pre-ordered by online retailers in the UK who released the game early. That is not their fault. They are not leaking footage. They received the copy of the game they ordered. They just got it early. But it really doesn't affect Mortal Kombat's pre-orders at all because that's already done. It doesn't, affect anything, but it makes the whole marketing of this game seem extremely strange because, some of the characters that a lot of people said they wanted are in the data mine, which you'd think would have been a sales point before the game comes out. I'm not sure why holding back the entire roster is seen as a desirable thing if you want to get pre-orders. Perhaps it's because they knew people would be pissed that Melina's not in the game. I don't know. But I've already decided not to buy the game at launch. Some people suggested I should just buy it discounted down the road a year later, and that's kind of not a bad idea, though I don't think I'll be playing it for the story based on what I've seen. More on that. I mean, it's not affecting my mains, but still, I used to like to go through and play through every ending. But the stuff I've seen is so disturbing, I don't think I'm going to do that in this case. But it is, there's almost a poetry to this, that they were such jerks in the marketing of this thing. And I mean, if you followed my content on this, you'll have seen me go from I'm so stoked to I am not buying this game to, oh, NetherRealm, come on. I loved the unveil back in the winter with Ronda Rousey and all that stuff. That was super fun. I was so stoked. The game looked great. And then the socially conscious articles started coming out and the Polygon effect took hold. And it's how can anybody have fun with a game when the developer is shaming the 20-year-long pre-existing fan base based on enjoying the characters they created as they created them. It's just so, I don't get it. I mean, they always tell you don't lose your base, don't offend your base. And there's this weird thing in gaming now that they think that in order to get new players, you have to offend your base. And that makes no sense. A brand like Mortal Kombat is so established now that people have pretty firm opinions of it one way or another. They're not going to change their minds just because the game has women with slightly more clothes. It's still brutally violent, absurdly violent. It's not realistic violence. And I think the controversy surrounding that was just silly. But there is sort of an odd feeling, and I know this is silly and kind of magical thinking, an odd sense of justice that that this happened after all their jerking around and all the pseudo secrecy and all the snide. Well, if you want bikini girls in this game, you're going to be disappointed. Things like that. This is kind of it. It's not connected to anything. It's just a fluke. It's not like some sort of justice. But it's just kind of nice when people who sneer all over people and it's schadenfreude, right? Like they've been acting poorly as a company in the lead up to this, and then this happens. I'm not saying this is what they deserve. It's just sort of like they're probably scrambling right now. And I think that if the existing fan base was less riled up already, the stuff wouldn't have spread. The early release stuff wouldn't have spread as much because people are watching it to see if their fears about the game have been realized. And in a lot of cases, they are. So, I mean, that's how I found out about it. Because people are like, oh my God, they did this. But yeah, I mean, the hidden character, was that really a surprise? They hinted at that hard in the trailers. I didn't think that was a surprise. I assumed that character would be in the game because they kind of showed that character in the trailer. Any longtime fan of Mortal Kombat knew who that was. So the whole thing is just very strange. And the fact that Warner Brothers is now taking down content on copyright grounds, though it's not a violation of copyright. That's a misuse. It was a legally obtained copy of the game. They just got it early. They paid for that game. And, streaming of games on YouTube is a big part of YouTube. It's an entire tab, YouTube Gaming, right? Which is why I'm not going to be showing any footage except a brief, very quick picture on my cell phone in one video so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, because I don't want the trouble either. But I admit, I was feeling really kind of bad about this Mortal Kombat thing. And this has made me feel a little bit better. Maybe I'm not holding my breath, but what I'm hoping is that NetherRealm will realize that pandering to a portion of gaming who is never going to like you because your games are still over the top violent, and the people who oppose to quote unquote sexism in games, demeaning women in games and the violence in games, they tend to be the same group. They tend to be the same people that don't believe the science that video games don't cause sexism, video games don't cause violence, nor do they encourage these things. Study after study after study has shown they don't. But they're pandering to these people and pissing off their existing fan base. So now the fan base isn't defending them the way when some CD Projekt content leaked. They had so much goodwill with their fan base that everybody was just like, nope, not spreading it, not sharing it. Nope, nope, nope. I want this game to do well. Not looking. We're just going to leave it alone. That was an incredibly not damaging content leak. That's the way you do it. You keep your core fan base close and you don't marginalize and offend massive portions of them like NetherRealm did in this case. So that's where I'm at with this. Enjoy the next two videos for today. Help support this channel. Become a monthly patron, patreon.com/LeannaK.